Good afternoon. Today we are making our our video for packet number 12. Packet number 12 is the one that's the last packet of the year, due on May 26th. Some of you have it as an assignment, some have it as extra credit. If it is extra credit, you can only turn it in once to be able to fix mistakes on it. First page, in the first 3 games of this basketball season, Marvin made 12 of 30 shots. So if we set that up as our fraction, he made 12 out of the 30 shots. In his next game, he took 10 shots and raised his season average to 50%. How many of the shots did he make? Well, think about that. If he had 30 shots that he made, now he made 10 more, so that's going to give us a 40. And he raised his season average to 50%. So think about how many points he would have to make to get at that 50% average. Think about how much he had already scored. How many did he make out of those 10 shots? So you have to think that one through. Working through it that way. Next page, we have the raffle sale. School fundraiser raffle tickets are sold $5 each, 5th through 8th grade. So we have 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. You guys know I like to use my bar model to help me figure things out. So I'm going to show you how we can use the bar models to help us with this one. The 8th grade sold 20 more tickets than the 7th grade. The 7th grade sold 4 more tickets than the 6th grade. And the 5th grade sold exactly half the number of the tickets that the 8th grade sold. So if we have 6th grade sold this much, they were the only one that just sold, not comparing to anyone else. 6th grade sold that more. 7th grade sold that same amount plus 4. 8th grade sold the same amount as the 7th grade plus 20 more. So they sold 24 tickets more. Now the 5th grade sold exactly half the number of tickets that the 8th grade sold. So they sold half of a bar and half of those other tickets we added on. So each of these bars we're going to break into half because we had to have half a bar for 5th grade. So now we know that they sold tickets for $5 each and they sold 1,250 tickets. You need to figure out how many tickets that is. So if they have $1,250, how many tickets would that have been if each ticket was $5? Once you figure that out, you're going to want to subtract off those extra ticket monies. Then you're going to figure out how, well, you're going to figure out, not monies, how many extra tickets. Then you're going to see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those bars. So once you subtract off those extra tickets, you're left with 7 equal parts. So you should be able to figure out how many go into each of those parts. So you're going to want to figure out 1,250 tickets are $5 each, how many tickets that is. So figure out how many tickets were sold. Then subtract off the extra tickets and then divide it up into 7 equal parts. Once you know how much to put into each of those parts, you should be able to add up how many tickets each grade level sold.
So just break it down step by step. The next page is the 5-card challenge. We know how to do 5-card challenges. Really challenge yourself to find a 5-card challenge. I've had some friends doing a really good job finding those 5 cards. Now we have our pattern page. Yellow, white, and red, and then the total. So our yellow is in the middle. We need to go up to the 5th figure. So we've got 1, 4, 9 for our white. We have 8, 32, and 72. For the red, we have 16, 64, and 144. Total blocks, we have 25, 100, 225. Now, what I really want you to do is ask yourself, what's Mrs. Gambino's favorite kind of number? Because that's going to play a role in this. My favorite numbers are those perfect squares. Look for perfect squares, see if you can find patterns, and continue on those patterns for each of those sections. Okay, not going to work us through. This is our last packet of the year. Only clue I'm giving you, look for those perfect squares and look for patterns with our perfect squares. Okay, that is a big clue to help you with that. Go up to that 50, so you just have 2 columns, or 2 rows to fill in. Then we have our figure, this full figure. It is a square, so we know one side is 24. We should be able to know the other side. Find that full figure, length times width. Then we need to find the shaded area. Well, knowing that it is a square and these are white squares, you should be able to figure out what the 3 white square areas are, subtracted away from the full figure area. Or you could divide it up into that shaded area into 6 shaded areas, 6 shaded squares, and figure it out that way too. So there's different ways we could figure out those, that shaded area. So the full area is that 24 by the 24. And then we have our squares on the inside. Find the shaded area. Next page. X equals 4. So you need to put a 4 in for the X and do the math to find out what each side measurement is. Once you find that out, draw your net and label your sides correctly. Remember, we want to be able to fold that rectangular prism back up so all the sides match up how they're supposed to. Once you have that net with the right, correct measurements on it, you should be able to find the area of all the different sides, add those up to get your surface area. Remember to get the volume, it's length times width times the height, length times width times the height, that will be your volume. So you need your net and you need to have it labeled correctly. You need to have the surface area and the volume. Then we have this lovely page. We've had pages like this lots of times. So remember our formulas for the volume of the rectangular prism, it's length times width times height. Same for the cube. Remember with the cube, they are all squares, so they all must be the same measurement. For the triangular prism, it's length times width times height divided by 2. Pyramid is length times width times height divided by 3. The cylinder is pi r squared times the height. The cone is pi r squared height divided by 3. And the sphere is pi r cubed times 4 divided by 3. Remember that pre-algebra only has to do 3. This is a great time to challenge yourself. See if you can find them all. Okay, challenges are a wonderful thing. Our next page is, did we do this page already this year? No? Okay. So this is my years, I'll start learning. The 4-color theorem says that just 4 colors are needed to color any map drawn on a plane, such that no 2 regions sharing a common edge are the same color, although 2 regions sharing a common vertex can be the same color. So if I color this one in red, I can't use red here or here because they touch. Okay. If I colored this in red, I could color this in red because sharing a vertex is okay. Here's a tip. Don't start out coloring it all in and then making a mistake going, oh wait, I can't change it. If that's 12:30, that would be you, Ellie. Did Ellie leave already? Oh, you pack up and go.
Are you looking for Ellie? She is on her way.
Yep. I would go through just having my 4 colors picked out. And if I'm gonna use this, I'm just gonna write an R with my pencil, right? And I'm gonna decide where I'm going to put those R's. And maybe this one's gonna be yellow and this one's gonna be green, and I'll do this one blue. Use your pencil, so when you get down here, you don't end up, oh no, my red is next to a red. That can't be because they share a side. Oh, just erase it, right? Don't use markers and everything to begin with. Just write it with your pencil till you can figure it out, and then go back in and color it in. Mean, median, and mode, we know how to do that. 7 numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers. They need a mean of 30, so if you add all 7 numbers up and you divide it by 7, you will get 30. You need a median of 32 and a mode of 26. There will be a variety of ways to get this. So you need to figure out your way to make it work. And our last page, I believe, is the polyominoals. Are we on that? Yep. Last page is the polyomino. We have done this before. Sliding it across, no flipping, no turning. If you have questions, please come ask questions. But remember, if it's extra credit, you can only turn it in to me 1 time to get me to correct it early, and then turn it in by the 26th. So don't do that. Well, I only did 3 of the pages, and then I'll go back and do more. Just correct the ones I have done. No. Do all the pages you want to do, then turn it in to me to correct, and then fix your mistakes. If it is an assignment for you, you can turn it in more often, like normal. Okay? So come see me if you have any questions. I hope all is well. Have a wonderful day.